show must go on. The recording will not actually go on because it's a recording, so we can fix it. But jumping to basketball, to the draft, to new faces and new places. Who do you want to hit first?
We're recording.
Yeah, I got
that. So, all right, bet. Draft Ja. Yeah, let's hit Ja first real quick because I don't want to kill Ja. So like it's 25 games too much for you, too little.
So the game amounts were. So I think the game amount is cool, but it's really about the bread. Mm-hmm. It's really about no matter what you do, you won't be all NBA next year.
Yeah.
So you won't be looking at a supermax this season, and there's nothing like that's the worst punishment you really could have offered him.
Yes.
Like that. Like that. That's what I read. I read Ja Morant will not receive $60 million next year. Like that's what I heard. I saw the biggest fine in NBA history.
That's what I heard.
And yo, man, he's like, man, it's not enough games. Well, he's not. Listen, everyone's like. Miles Bridges, right? Mm-hmm. Miles Bridges went berserko, and he didn't get 40 games. Yeah. So Ja Morant's not going to get that many.
No.
But what it means hurts a lot more than probably any suspension we've seen in a long time. Probably since the Malice in the Palace. Like
I agree.
He got to wear that one.
He got to wear that, and he has to constantly prove himself now.
Right.
Every day is all right, let me prove. Let me prove to you.
Yep.
Every single day he walks in the building, every single day he posts something on social media, I'm proving something to you. And so that is going to become exhausting. I'm very interested to see the toll this takes on him next season.
Right.
But maybe, I know athletes, especially athletes, that the sport they play is a therapy, so maybe he just locked in a gym and he going to come back disgusted next year. Pause. Right. So I think it was too much. I'm not going to lie. I think it was too much. I get why it was 25 games, but I think it was too much. Right. Why I think it was too much is, one, because you potentially affect their playoff chances. I don't think that's fair to the Memphis Grizzlies organization, nor do I think it's smart for your league to not have Ja Morant in the playoffs. True. 2, I think it is unfair because if we're being 100% honest, Ja did nothing illegal. I'm sorry to break it to you, but he did nothing illegal. Like, nothing he did was illegal. All he did was something wrong, something immature.
Yeah.
And
see, this is why you're right. Wrong to who?
And that's a good question. Like, wrong to who? Wrong, is it wrong because he did it, or is it wrong because of who did it?
Right.
And maybe it is fair to say it is wrong because of who did it, and maybe that's okay. Maybe that's fair to say because if social media was around and 27-year-old LeBron came after the finals after 2007 and had a gun on Instagram, niggas would have been tripping. I mean, my bad. I can't say, because I'm sorry again, but people would have been tripping. Yeah. So I'm not going to say that. I'm just not going to throw a bunch of blame on the 23-year-old. I am going to say I think they should have got it a game before his where he could have made All-NBA. Yeah. So it would have been hard as hell for him to do it.
Yeah, you got to be perfect.
But you got to, exactly. You got to be perfect. But I don't think it was fair that they took all that money away from him. That is really what I
love your answer. And I don't know, because we haven't talked about this, but this is kind of, even the first one, I kind of had this problem where, you know, I said this, we kind of both said this when the Kyrie stuff happened. I said, listen, guys, I know we all don't like Kyrie, but it's a slippery slope suspending players for social media posts where nothing has gone wrong. But it was Kyrie. They made Kyrie wear it, and now the precedent is set that you don't have to do anything wrong. But if we pull something up on your social media that we don't like, it's going to cost you some bread. And that's where we are now, where a group of, like, an ideology of people, which the NBA, broadcast, NBA, ABC, ESPN, where this type of behavior is not accepted to these type of people.
Cool.
Like, it's a bunch of niggas in Memphis, it's a bunch of southern white people in all these states, including Georgia, Texas, that saw nothing wrong with that video.
Come on.
But those other people, the people in New York, California, where these decisions are being made, that's not the image they want for their league. So before, they're not going to give you, 20 years ago, they can't give you 25 games for that. Because no social media. But now, everything you do is part of the NBA's brand. So if you step out of line for something, even if it's legal, even if it's nothing crazy, if it's not a part of this brand, this image, this likeness, they can take your bread. And it's a very slippery slope because Ja did not break any laws.
Yeah.
Was he irresponsible? Absolutely. him saying it was a fake gun, hilarious. He might have got a game for that. But
it probably was 23 games, and he was like 25. 20 fake gun.
He said it was a lighter. Nah, okay.
Now you think I'm stupid?
Yeah. Oh yeah, now he trying me.
Like, come on, bro, a lighter, dog.
But bro, it's such a slippery slope, and I personally hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it because, bro, these are grown men. These are men with regular lives.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not something like it's plenty of NBA players, and that was the like a couple people wanted to say the quiet part out loud on social media, which kind of I do like social media because it connects us to athletes. Where other players like, yo, we all strapped, we just don't post it.
Come on.
And my thing is, okay, if the NBA know all these niggas are strapped because they got to be, why is Ja getting 25 games? If that's their reality, like they're targets in their city.
I think to set an example.
Facts.
And I
agree.
And that's why I have an issue with you messing with his money, because you're just setting an example. Literally. You're setting an example for the future of the NBA too. And I understand that because we are in the time where Ja is not the only Ja. And we're going to be coming up with these next phenom draft picks, these top 12 picks that potentially can be the face of the NBA. Our second round picks, forget it. Like anybody that gets drafted into the NBA can potentially become the face of the NBA if you put in the work. So we're setting a precedent. We're setting an example of, yo, this is the superstar. This is one of the young 5 phenom superstars that you constantly see on TV.
Right.
You see in commercials, he was finna bring back Powerade by himself. I'm not sure if that's still Brandale is lost or whatever, but he was finna bring back Powerade by himself.
Yeah,
so we're going to set an example that you cannot do this, and we will mess up your money, because that's what the talks are in between when you're talking with your agent or you're talking with your college coach, and it's like, hey, make sure you don't mess up, because 25 games don't sound like a lot, and it's not that much. It's 25 games is you still got 60 games left, 57 games left. So
57. You're right.
So it's not that big of a deal. Even if they go 500, they still have a great chance of making the playoffs in that time, and they'll probably go above 500. But you're talking to your agent, you're talking to your college coach, you're talking to your mentor, and he's telling you, no, bro, it's not about the 25 games. Look at this rule they got. That boy just lost $60 million before he stepped on a court. He didn't break nothing. Nope. He didn't fall the wrong way. It was no freak accident. It was a decision he made, and he made that decision, and these are the consequences of that decision. Yeah, that 180 he gonna get is beautiful, and it's more money than 98% of America will ever make. But he's already out of that conversation. He's already out of the 98% of America. So he's in that 1%, and that 1% is going to make that $60 million. So that's what he just lost. And that's the conversation you're going to be having with him. But I'm hopeful for Ja that this is the last mistake he made. This is the last mistakes he made. I don't care what he does in his personal life, as long as they say that he has a problem with alcohol. I do hope that gets taken care of, because, you don't want any young 23-year-old alcoholics. That's a terrible habit to have. But other than that, bro, I believe in Ja, and I think he's going to come back next year and be great, and by the end of next year, this will be passed.
No, I completely agree. With the alcohol thing, I also wanted to tell niggas that a lot of people look at him, he got an alcohol problem, he was drinking the bottle. Fam, that nigga is a 6'3" NBA athlete. Do you know how much alcohol it probably take for him to get drunk? I never drink from the bottle. Okay, do you? Bro, how do you think your body reacts to things versus his body?
Do you know how much fluid is in Ja's body? Pause. But they treat their body and take care of their body. They're not. Ja's not eating food like you. Ja's not drinking the same drink.
The shots you take, Ja don't even see. That's it. They look small in real life. That is a giant human being, bro. They look small on TV. That's a giant human being.
That's a big dude.
Yeah, that's why the bottle look like that. Yeah, because he's a giant dude. I definitely hope he has especially substance abuse problems. With that type of money, resources he does have.
What is going on?
No, I don't know what's up with this shit right now.
Okay. We'll just pick up.
Yeah.
I don't know where we cut off, y'all. They stopped recording, so sorry about that. It's the computer, not us, I swear. Yeah. So we're talking about Ja. I'm assuming that's probably where we left off. It just stopped because I've been looking at it. So
okay, bet.
But yeah, so prayers to Ja. Take care of yourself this summer, and we are rooting for you. Like, I ain't got nothing negative to say, bro. That is a 23-year-old, bro. He's having fun in it. Bro, he's 23-year-old with 100 M's, dog. Like,
he's still a kid, bro.
He's still a kid, bro. Exactly, bro. If I had 70 million to my name right now, dog, I'd be tripping. Facts. So, like,
that goes for Zion too. We're not gonna get into it on here, but hey,
yeah. I mean, but we can.
Hey, listen,
we get 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
All right. I understand. not her. No, listen. Okay. Yeah, I'll get ahead of that. Not that one. Mm-hmm. But listen, and shout out Nick Wright. Nick Wright said this on national TV, and I thought it was pretty funny. Zion not the only nigga with multiple women in his life in the NBA. He just listen. Sometimes you just grab the grenade for real.
Come on,
you just grabbed the wrong one because it's a lot of niggas living this life for real. It's a lot of niggas doing the same thing. And yo, I ain't Zion Williamson, bro. I'm Zion, nigga. Like I got 200 million. I'm 21. Listen, y'all niggas wouldn't want to know my numbers. Y'all wouldn't want to know my numbers.
that's really all I came to say.
Yo, that's light work. Like, he wasn't hooping for real. Like,
shout out to dog.
Like, yo, he wasn't even hooping for real.
He not even hooping.
He wasn't even locked in. I don't want to say no. Like, I don't want to say.
He was hurt, dog.
Yo.
He's been hurt. Wait till he get healthy next year.
Oh, God.
Wait till he get healthy next year.
He really moving
Wait till that hamstring straight. Wait till that hamstring straight.
Wait till he jumping around for real.
Come on, man. Crazy, man. He was just in New Orleans. He was rehabbing in New Orleans. Wait till he hit 48 states next year.
Niggas talking about, we gonna trade Zion to New York. Y'all gonna trade him to New York?
All right.
Yo, okay.
They gonna eat him alive out there. Okay. They gonna eat Zion alive out there. Pause.
Crazy.
But dog, they is gonna tear him up, bro. But like, I gotta get it, bro. I be tricking too, man. It ain't tricking if you got it, twin.
I'm a regular nigga. I be spending it. I'm like, fuck.
It ain't tricking if you got it, twin. On God.
Yeah, bro. So I hate when niggas be like, I can't believe he spent that money. What?
Why not?
Yo, I don't even think this was real. But the Ice Spice Jordan Poole shit, did you see that on camera on show? So apparently Jordan Poole took Ice Spice out on a date and spent like $100K. Like,
oh yeah, I saw that. I don't know if that was true.
I don't think it was true. But if he did, like, what's the point of making this bread if I take Ice Spice on a date and I gotta check the price for shit?
Jordan Poole make $100,000 in a quarter.
Yo, like, I can't listen. Don't pocket
watch me.
No pocket watching this summer. Nobody pocket watch, nigga. Like, if you ain't got it, you just ain't got it. You just not spending it.
Come on. So shout out to Zion.
I at the movies. I tell the bitch to get another drink. Get 2 drinks. We spending that joint for real.
So top three draft picks. We gave them to you last show. Obviously, you guys have seen by now. Vic went number 1, Brandon number 2, and Scoot number 3. We don't have to talk about
Big
Vic too much because we know what to expect. We knew that was knew what was going to happen. Yeah. Brandon Miller and Scoot though. I have watched a lot of films, so I don't watch a lot of college basketball, but the Thompson twins I've watched a lot of, and the Vic I've seen a lot of, and Brandon and Scoot I've watched a lot of to see like the guys that are going to be the phenoms I really want to know about. I like all of their games a lot. I think Charlotte did the right thing by picking Brandon Miller because they got a big wing, Paul George-like wing. Yeah. You have a point guard, and now you have a big-ass lineup. Your shortest player is Terry Rozier, and you can pull him off the bench.
He's probably out of there.
He's probably out of there. I think it's interesting because this is Charlotte, and Charlotte has been such a laughingstock, for lack of a better term, for the past 10, 15 years. Mm-hmm. So I find it hard. Well, not the 10, 15 years, probably about the last 5. They had Kemba and Al Jefferson there, and they made playoffs a couple times. So I think this is the young talent to get you where you're trying to go. Right. I think LaMelo is an excellent basketball player. I think people call him a losing basketball player and a bad teammate and all of these things are asinine. I think
it's crazy.
It's crazy. Like, what do you want him to do? He's on a bad team. I don't have to stress that. If you know basketball, you understand that's... Actually, no, let me explain. If you're a young player on a bad team, you may be playing losing basketball, but that does not mean you are a losing player. Right. You are playing losing basketball because you have not been taught the proper habits in the NBA. Yeah. And it's simple as that. LaMelo is on a bad team with a young coach and young players all around him. He's going to pick up bad habits. Yeah. But one thing you see every night, what do you see when you look at that stat sheet? And I'm not really a stat sheet watcher, but when you look at that stat sheet, you see 27, 7, and 8. You see 27, 10, and 12, 27, 10, and 5. You don't do that if you're not a winning basketball player and you don't have winning traits. So he just has to pull those winning traits out of him, and a coach will come in and do that. And the proper talent around him will do that. So they have a good start. I think LaMelo and Brandon Miller are two great pieces. I think they need a big in there, and they need some veterans in there. And in 3-4 years, we'll be looking at Charlotte like, okay, here's a top 4-5.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because it is mind-numbing how LaMelo gets he's a losing player title when he plays the complete opposite of what niggas would describe a losing player.
Yes.
He's 1,000% a pass-first player at almost all times, deferring to his OG Gordon Hayward, which is the veteran on their team, which is the veteran on this team where he's a losing player. Gordon Hayward, the gamer. But the reason especially is so annoying is because we saw Lonzo play basketball. Lonzo is the most opposite of losing basketball player there is, making the right play to a fault.
To a fault, yes.
And that's his little brother who do the same shit, but taller, better handle, and can shoot. Like like there are definitely losing basketball players in the league. I think someone who's played 3 seasons, won Rookie of the Year, and was on pace for being an All-Star isn't that guy. Like, with no help.
Thank you.
It is not like if LaMelo was 28. 3 assists and 4 rebounds, maybe, right? Like
exactly.
If he's just like, you know what, I'm just gonna hoop hoops anyway. No, he's making the right play. He's making the extra pass to Kelly Oubre in the corner when he don't have to. Like,
exactly.
It's so frustrating, but I love them having Brandon Miller. I thought Scoot going there never made sense. You already have a point guard who's bigger, taller, maybe better. I don't know how Scoot's gonna turn out, but right now, of course, LaMelo's better than him because he's a NBA player. Like,
he's already an NBA.
He's an elite NBA player.
Yes,
you don't got to teach him to play NBA basketball.
And that's the point I'm glad you hit, because when I'm looking at draft picks, I'm saying, hey, should we take this young guy? I don't care how good you think you are. If you have somebody in your lineup averaging 24, 8, and 10, or whatever LaMelo was averaging last year, I'll look it up real quick. But whatever LaMelo was averaging last year, you don't say, but let's take a chance. Right. Let's take a chance on this guy that's not proven when we could just get a guy that may be just as good as him. Right. He might be just 23, 6, and 8 last year.
Which is crazy.
Which is crazy. So shooting percentage, 38% from 3, 41% from the field. That needs to come up. But you're on a bad basketball team. You're taking a lot of shots.
And 38% from 3 is pretty good.
Exactly. Yeah. So why take a point guard when you have a point guard that is proven can play at a high level when you're just going to, like, LaMelo, like, Scoot's ceiling may be just as high as LaMelo's ceiling.
That's what I guess that shit that be making.
And I could be wrong about that. Scoot could be amazing and end up being a top 5 point guard ever. But right now, you can't make that assumption because you haven't seen him play in the league. So that is my point. Is like, yo, I got 23, 8, and 6 right now. Right. Why am I trading to maybe have that?
That's my frustration. Where teams be like, man, we got this guy. He disappointed us. He's only 22, 8, and 5. But this guy in college, if he turns out right, he could be 23, 8, and 5. Like, what? Like,
exactly.
Why are we already have him.
Yeah.
We already have him. It feels like the Suns thing. It's like, yo, man, if we just had a shooting guard who could score 30, we'd be straight. Like, yeah, we have one. So I love Brandon Miller there. Giving LaMelo a running mate. Mm-hmm. They're saying Miles Bridges wants to come back. Mm-hmm. You know, Miles Bridges. You know, that would be a pretty good team. The East is terrible too. Mm-hmm. So
it's top heavy. It's top heavy. Them bottom like 5 through 12 is disgusting.
So don't be okay. We're not gonna talk about what Brandon Miller says.
We are. He said they're winning the finals next year. The Charlotte Hornets
He said it twice, bro. He said it twice. He said it, and then he got drafted and doubled down. He said, yo, everybody boom, we holding the trophy up. What? Brandon, come on, bro. Come on,
you gotta be smarter than that, Brandon.
Like, come on, Brandon. How did you feel about the PG shit? The PG stuff?
I don't have a problem with that, bro. Can we let people enjoy things?
You know Brandon Miller was born in 2004? Yes. Brandon Miller was 12 watching the Pacers, Paul George.
Do you know I have a little brother? He is younger than my little brother. yes, Paul George might be his GOAT. I don't think he was saying Paul George is the best basketball player, better than Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. He's better. He's saying that's my GOAT. Like that's my dog. Like Steph Curry is Kobe, but like if I picked an era from this generation, Steph Curry is my GOAT. Fact. And it's like he's not better than LeBron. Like I know that, but like he's my GOAT.
Bro, so what kills me is people act like it's so new. A generation of people still call AI the GOAT.
Bro,
a generation of people, you call anybody outside of AI the GOAT, they get mad.
Bro. Melo got that pull. Melo has that pull.
That's a good.
Bro, Melo my GOAT. I don't care what y'all say about Melo. Melo my GOAT. Yeah. Bro, like people have that. That's what the sport is for, dog.
Like niggas can't like basketball. Bro, like, y'all can't just like basketball.
Bro, and hey, Paul George, 6'9". Brandon Miller, 6'9". Yep. Brandon Miller, handle. Paul George, handle. Yep. Brandon Miller, shot. Like. Yep. Paul, if it's a player in the NBA he should be watching, it's Paul George, dog. Literally. So I have no issue with that. I actually love that because I think we have spoke about this on the show. I think Paul George is one of the 5 or 6 most talented players in the NBA. Oh, yeah. I think just pure talent on the court, forget mentality, accolades, all of that, just pure talent. Bro, he is A- at everything. It's I'm A- at every plus at every skill set you need in basketball.
I don't know if you were playing team. This was a long time ago. It was like 2-3 years ago, like when the Clippers first melted. But I was getting cooked in the PlayStation party. I said, bro, it's some nights Paul George is like the best basketball player on earth. He was like, no, he don't.
Yes.
Like, okay, all right. Yes, he does.
Yes, he absolutely
does. He looks like a
does.
top 5 defender, averaging 30, shooting 40% from 3. That's a top 5 player in the league. Like, Paul George is amazing some nights.
Yes.
Bro. And his body betrays him, which is common for people his size that move the way he do. But at his peak, he's like that, bro.
He's like that. He was 28-10. Like he almost won an MVP. Like he almost won an MVP. Like and he was taking the best version of LeBron we ever seen, arguably, because we'll talk about the Cavs, whatever. Arguably the best version of LeBron we've ever seen to 7, bro. To 7 with David West and Roy Hibbert, dog. Like be for real, bro. PG is like that, bro. PG is really like that. Like you said, his body portrayed him, and he doesn't necessarily have like that killer mentality to be a number 1 option. Right. But dog, he is a 1 of 1, bro. Like PGs just don't walk to the NBA, bro. Right. There's just not PGs all around the NBA.
And this is how I ended the argument, bro. I said, bro, if your criticism of Paul George is anything between the ears, you proving my point. Skill-wise, it's nothing he needs to add. This summer, if Paul George slept for 3 months, he'd still be an elite NBA basketball player because he got nothing to work on.
Nothing, bro.
Like him rehabbing, not that big of a problem. He ain't got nothing to work out, bro.
Bruh.
Everything's there. MIDI, handle, everything. Post-game, all of that. Bro. Every criticism of Paul George is, mentality, check out, all that stuff. And that's different. That's different. And that's okay, bro. Because people are different.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's okay, bro. Like,
so simple, guys.
Everybody's not like that, bro. Like when people be like, yo, it's so weird that Steph missed 13 straight and it came down and shot another one. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's not normal. Like normal people don't have that much confidence in themselves. No. Like that is it's other world. Like yes. And that's okay, Paul George. Y'all was in the bubble. He ain't seen his family in months. They was playing bad. Then this Serbian nigga started doing Serbian stuff. Like,
yeah, so I don't have no issue with him. So, Scoop. But I'm looking forward to watching Brandon Miller play. I'm looking forward to watching these couple of these rookies. So, Scoop. Very interesting. So, let's get into Portland. What else do we have after this? Oh, I can't wait to talk about Ghana. But, Scoop. So, I think Portland is on the right track.
Yeah.
And I think Portland needs to get rid of Dame and rebuild. I think they have Anthony Simons. All right. I think that's right. Anthony Simons and Scoot. I think those are great 2 pieces. Potentially can be playoff pieces. And you could add a free agent in the next 3 or 4 years to come along with that if Scoot progresses how you think you will. You have Nurkic over there as a veteran presence. You have
Shadon Sharp.
Shadon Sharp is another young talent coming off the bench, and he is very good. He should progress a lot. Young athleticism, you love that. And you have Jeremy Grant is over there.
Their roster's not that bad.
It's not. It's not that bad, bro. And they have, I believe Jeremy Grant is over. Yes, Jeremy Grant is still over there. Matisse Thybulle is over there. Cam Reddish is over there. So they have
free Cam Reddish.
They have yes, for sure. They have a solid roster. And I think you can call Miami and you can get Duncan, Tyler, and a first and a second, a first next year and a second at the year after that.
Yeah.
I think you're on the right track of a rebuild, bro. Yeah. There's no point in you trying to tell Dame to go try to win a championship with some 23-year-olds, bro. It's not going to happen. You have to be realistic with yourself and you're realistic with your organization. Dog, Damian Lillard, Anthony Simons, Scoot Henderson, and Joseph Nurkic and Jeremy Grant are not winning a championship, and they're probably not getting to the Western Conference Finals. Let's just call it what it is, bro. It's okay. It's no issue. You're not beating the Warriors. You're not beating the Nuggets. You're not beating the Lakers. You're not beating Phoenix. You're not beating the Clippers if PG stays there. So,
and they're definitely not beating.
So stop. No. You're not beating Memphis. Yeah. So stop. You're probably not beating the Pelicans if they stay healthy. So get Dame out of there. Send him to the East so you don't have to worry about him in the West, and rebuild your team over the next 5 years. You have young talent that'll put people in the stands. Scoot will put people in the stands. The way Shaden jumps out the gym and the way Anthony plays basketball will put people in the stands. You have your vets over there. You got a young coach that you can build with young players and Chauncey Billups over there. So it is a very, very logical situation, reason for them to trade Dame, bro. You're out. You like it didn't work. It's not going to work. Cool. And just call it what it is. Dame was an excellent player. He's the best player in Portland Trail Blazers history. I'll give it over him over Clyde because I watched Dame growing up. So I respect Dame. I love his game, and I want to see him on a contender. I want to see him on the Heat really bad because I think he can win a championship with the Heat next year. But it's not going to happen if they just run it back. Yeah. If they run it back with these young players, you're gonna be an AC. Like that, and that's simple as that. Do you agree, or do you? I know you don't think they should run it back.
I just. It's over, bro. Listen, we tried. We really tried.
We gave it our all.
We tried, Dame. And what kills me is I wear a lot of this. For years, I have been Dame's not a number one option. And that's okay. And that's okay. Dame's not a superstar. And that's okay. I said, everyone is not superstars. Everyone's not a number one option. Like, same way I should take the Bradley Beal flack. And it always comes down to the same thing, like, Dame is a superstar until he plays another superstar. Mm-hmm. Until you see the difference. And once you see the difference, that should be it. It's okay. Dame's one of the best scorers in the league. And probably, we said this, Dame was meant to be the best number 2 option of this generation, for real. Like, if Dame would have threw in the towel in 2012, 2013, I was like, man, I am not better than LeBron James or Kevin Durant.
Or Steph Curry.
And that's cool. Maybe I should go play with somebody that can help.
Maybe I should go play with PG, or maybe I should go play with Kawhi. If he would have made that decision,
he'd be a champion.
The NBA would look a lot different right now.
He would be a champion. But the problem is, for so many years, people told him, "Yeah, bro, you're just as good as Steph. You're just as good as Steph." The only reason Steph has those rings is because he plays for the Warriors.
So I have to cut you off because we were talking about dreams with Chris the other day, right?
Yeah.
I don't ever remember my dreams, but sometimes they'll just pop in my head real quick. Yeah. And it just happened. I had a dream he went to Miami and he hit a game winner off a relocation 3.
Bruh.
And I was like, oh, he learned moving out the ball.
Literally.
And I was like, that would be the place he could go do that. And I had that. I don't know why I thought of that, but I was dead as at a playoff game in Miami and Dame hit a 3 off a relocation.
But I think it's possible. It's possible. Out there.
Yes.
The version, the version of the multiverse with Dame actually playing important basketball games is there.
Yes.
And another thing that Dame, you know what? I'm just going to hate on Dame. Let's just do it. Let's just get into it. Another thing that Dame doesn't get, that I don't like because other PGs get it, is Dame don't get that shot chucker, not a team first guy like those other players do. Like Harden get it.
Luka got it.
Luka got it. Kyrie get it. Any superstar. I said this about Jalen Brunson when it was in the playoffs. I said, man, I can't wait for 2 years for them to call him a ball stopper that nobody wants to play with.
Yep.
But Dame, don't move without the ball.
Nope.
Don't play defense.
Nope.
Don't shoot a crazy percentage. Don't do anything except score on the ball. And everyone's like, man, look how loyal he is. Like, wow. Is it loyalty, or are you holding this franchise hostage? Because Dame's entire career, it was never on the board to win the championship. There was no year where you could legitimately think like, man, they might have a chance to win the championship. Their best shot, they got swept without KD. The Warriors were missing Kevin Durant.
And that was the opportunity. That was the year.
Bro, that was the year to prove. That was your shot. That was your, I think, if you were better, and I say this, if Dame was as good as the niggas y'all compare him to, he would accomplish those things that the people y'all compare him to did. If there was a year for you, we don't even got to say you're better than Steph. If you are in shouting distance from Steph, that's got to go 6. Y'all got swept with Jonas Jerebko and Quinn Cook on the court.
Alfonso McKinney.
Yo, and like those are the worst Warrior teams because you had to burn your bench down to get Kevin Durant. And so you got to sign a bunch of no-name players. Alfonso McKinney starting out, Quinn Cook, Jonas Jerebko, people who not in the league anymore.
None of them are.
You couldn't get, and you blew 4 straight 15-point leads. 4 straight. And your thing's supposed to be you a closer. You're supposed to be Dame time. You're supposed to be clutch. Y'all blew 4 straight leads. The time for, the loyalty should have ended in 2018. After 2018, should be like, you know what? It's not going to work. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. Mm-hmm. I think moving forward now, I would love to see him on another team. I don't want him to start the year on this team. I think it's Scoot's team. Yes. I think it doesn't make sense. We talk about this, the Warriors, the 2 timeline, the really old guy and the really young guys. It just doesn't work, bro. It doesn't work for a reason, bro. Doesn't. There's no chemistry. Like it's not 2K where it's like, hey, Dame's in 95 overall. And Scoot's at 88 overall. So if I put Scoot on this team, no, Scoot's 20 years old. Dame's 34 with kids. They're not going to walk in the locker room and, hey, yo, here. Like, no. There's differences. And to win a championship, to be those type of teams, they have to be together. Like, look at the Nuggets this year.
Yes.
They're all on one timeline. They're all together. My Spurs teams used to go to dinner every night after games.
The Celtics team, 08.
Bro.
The Lakers team, all was old.
All together.
The younger, Kobe Shaq was middle age. Yeah. They was all like in their early 20s to like early 30s.
And the only time it works is if it's an old team with one young nigga contributing.
Yes.
And not
22 Warriors.
Not a bunch of them everywhere. Mm-hmm. One young guy. So like Jordan Poole, the 22 Warriors, Kawhi on the Spurs,
yes.
Norris Cole on the Heat.
Yes.
It's one nigga like, oh yeah, it's little bro, we take him around.
Exactly.
But when it's 4 young niggas, 5 old niggas, 2 old niggas on a vet minimum, it's just not gonna work. And it's such an uphill battle. Like if the Portland Trail Blazers was on the 1 seed and Dame got hurt. And then they picked somebody second. Like, okay, yeah, we run it back, throw a little spice on it.
Exactly.
Y'all sucked. Like, y'all were bad. Like,
they didn't make the playoffs.
No, they sat you.
They had to shut you down because it was like, well, it's no hope anymore.
They said, Dang, please, don't come to work today. It's just no reason. There's nothing you can do.
We pay you $55 million a year, but please don't play these last 10 games.
55 M's, stay home. Just vibe out, twin.
That should tell you everything you need to know.
They gave you an early summer, nigga. Like,
so
it's time, bro.
It's time. It's simple as that. It is time.
And shout out to Portland for being nicer than me. That nigga would have woke up in Utah this year. He would have woke up in somewhere nasty.
Nah, I believe they would trade him to Miami because I think they'll get him out east. I think the PG move was there. That was the move to make. You didn't make it. It's over.
All right. Well,
and that's the thing. And the other thing is, we always say, let young teams grow together. They let you go together. They let you go with CJ. They let you go with Nurkic. They did everything they could to let y'all win, and y'all weren't good enough. You can blame the organization for the last 3-4 years of like, yeah, they didn't get any pieces around you, but who was really available for them to trade and be able to get that you realistically could have got on that team?
You've been anti-super team. What am I supposed to do? You don't want to play with nobody. You don't want to run with no. I got to get these niggas to Portland?
Portland, bro. You're in Portland, bro. Nobody's coming to Portland, bro. I don't care how good you are. When LA is on the table and New York is on the table, Miami's on the table, Atlanta's on the table, Dallas, Houston, all Boston is on the maybe not Boston. There's a lot of racist white people. I'm just talking about cities, like to hang out. So all of these major cities are on the table. You think we finna stop what I'm doing to come to Portland? No. So like even DC, like so. Yeah, bro. I just think that it's time, and I hope we get a trade.
Let them grow together. They let y'all grow old together.
They let y'all grow old
together. Y'all got married.
Bro, y'all
grandchildren.
Y'all play 8 years together, 8 years together.
A long time.
It's okay.
He didn't accomplish nothing, bro.
It's okay.
And everybody don't, and that's fine. Everybody don't win. Dave.
Everybody don't win.
But
you can put yourself in a position to win because you're still an elite basketball player.
Exactly.
I think if Dame went to Miami, we'd be like, damn, Dame may still be a top 10 basketball player next year.
I will float a trade out there into the ether. Hopefully it makes its way to Portland and Milwaukee for a Drew Holiday, Brook Lopez first round pick for Dame. I think that would be a great reset for both teams. Maybe if you don't want to do Drew Holiday, you can do Chris Middleton if his knees still put together.
Chris Middleton just opted out. He's a unrestricted free agent.
Oh, yeah. So Drew Holiday is going to have to be you, buddy. But give Dame an opportunity to be, if Dame don't want to be a 2 option or a B, you can be 1A to Giannis. Giannis is a big. He needs someone to close games. Dame needs someone, around him that's going to be a great defender, inside presence. I think it could fit.
I think it would fit very well. I think it would be able to stretch the floor just like Giannis would need. Like
exactly.
Dame would be able to pull you so far away from the basket that it would be amazing.
And you don't got to carry for 48 minutes.
Mm-mm. And you don't got to carry for a season. Like, you can just turn up in the playoffs.
Literally.
Like, you can be the number 2 option all year, 25 a game.
You don't have many healthy seasons under your belt. Giannis don't miss games.
Exactly.
Like, there's a great situation. And Milwaukee's kind of, Giannis is there, so they're gonna get attention. But you're not in that spotlight where if we start 10-10, nobody gonna be going crazy.
Yeah. Because
that's the other side of it, Dame. And we don't know if he's avoiding this, of course, because we don't know Dame. But like Bradley Beal in October is going to be very surprised how he feels coming to work compared to when he did in Washington. Yeah, we was losing to Washington, but like, dang, bro, I was 10 for 19. Why are these reporters around me asking if I'm going to get traded again?
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, we lost. But I played, y'all lost. This is a championship team. Like, you make that move, Dame, you're a championship team. It's none of that, we'll figure it out.
We'll forgive you.
Yeah, no. You're not in Portland no more, nigga.
So, yeah. They need to move on.
Jesus is hot.
Yeah, let's get some music and wrap this up. Because if y'all don't know, it's like 80 degrees in here, bro. We are sweating, but content over everything. You feel me? So,
hey, it's not gonna work.
come on, now this shit will work. But last 2 things for the day. Miles Morales. No, sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing. I fuck with that movie.
Get at him, nigga.
But so
made $500 million already, I think.
Yes. Gunna first week 80K.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It did not go number 1 because Morgan Wallen and Country is killing the charts right now. He sold like 100. I think he sold like 100K in 3 straight weeks.
That's hard.
Yeah, like he's going crazy. I didn't know he was. I know who Morgan Wallen is because he be on Dirk albums, but like I didn't know his music was popular like that. But yeah, he's on some shit for real. But Gunna at the number 2 album again. I called it last week a masterpiece. I stand by that. I have not stopped listening to this album. It is phenomenal. And I am very happy for him, and it shows that good music is good music.
Yeah.
And Gunna wasn't really a heavy, like, in the streets for real. He wasn't really, I don't want to say the N-word because we're not supposed to say that, but a street, you feel me? Like, he wasn't a street guy for real.
He wasn't a soldier.
Yeah, like, nothing like that. So, like, his music isn't going to be affected by that because it's, like, everything Gunna say, like, it's not like, hey, I'm walking down, like, it's not like that. So, I think he will have a successful future. I think when the Thug verdict comes out, it'll tell a lot about where he goes in his career. I'm very interested to see if he tours again or if he waits on that. I'm interested to see if festivals ask for him because I just know, not even because people believe he's a rat and like don't want to see him, but because of what it would do for social media to be like, look what I did to Gunna at the show. Type shit.
Yeah. I wore a rat costume to Rolling Loud.
I threw cheese on the stage. Like I worked in that.
That's funny, isn't it? Nah, throwing a square of cheese up on the stage. Yo, here you go.
But yeah, I am.
We just ruined on the next show.
Yeah, we did. Let me just give somebody a really bad idea. but I have this idea that he's going to take the year and let the album marinate. Thug has a court his court date is it in August, I believe?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have his decision in August, and I think they'll give it the year. He'll let the album marinate. I could see him dropping again towards the end of the year, even if it's just like an EP or something, just to keep his name fresh or whatever. But he also might disappear to like just let y'all keep talking. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna respond to nothing. Let it shit be what it is. Yeah. But what are you expecting next for Gunna? Because that was a question I wanted actually last week.
So I think he's disappearing to work on his next album, and I know it sounds weird for someone who already just dropped a project, but Gunna dropped a project coming out of incarceration. Like, I'm sure a lot of this wasn't first day out when you record this, but I think for someone who works as much as Gunna. That's why I think your point at the beginning is so important. Where he's not outside drilling people, he's not outside doing a bunch of stuff. Gunna is shopping and rapping.
Oh God,
that's literally it. He's shopping and he's rapping.
He tells you.
That's all he's
shopping,
doing.
Dog. I mean, LA is shopping, dog.
He's shopping and rapping, and Gunna really makes music, and he really, really enjoys the process of making music. So I think over the next year, like you said, it's gonna marinate. But this next album I think he knows how important this next album was. Because as important as this one was, the game, the chips are still falling.
Yeah.
We don't know what he'll be, I don't want to say up against, but we don't know the context of his next release where what's going to happen with Thug, whether it goes south, whether it goes north, whether Thug is free and he still don't like Gunna, whether Thug is free and he love Gunna, whether, they do another trial, like, Lil Baby diss him now. We don't know the next steps, but he works so much and he's not going to be able to like, I'm going to hop a feature here, hop a feature here. He's going to be real locked in, and I don't want to say introspective, like, lyrically, like how he's making music. He probably won't change how he makes music, but the way he is shown, like his appearances out, things like that, he's gonna be really to himself for a while. Until the chips settle, I agree. He's gonna be disappear like he is now, where you only see random screenshots. Oh my God, he's a clone. Like, no, he just didn't do drugs for 6 months. Like, it worked out, went back to his regular size.
That's what happens when
and I'm glad he mentioned
drinking lean every day.
I'm glad he mentioned on the album. He said he stopped drinking purple. He don't want to start again, so he's not doing it. Love to hear that. But I think the next time we hear from Gunna will be a full album, full project in like 8-9 months maybe.
I agree. I think next summer, it'll either be a summer album next year or he'll kick off the next year with I think it'll be his magnum opus. I don't know if
I don't want to call it my beautiful.
Yeah,
I don't want to call it that. But
I think we're gearing up towards something like that. With what I've heard from that, I think he has time now, because I think it was important for him to get something out this summer, even if it wasn't a full-length project. I think it was important for him to drop a couple songs, just so it's like, I'm still him. Because if you would have waited too long, I think people would have caught it to fall off his name, and it wouldn't have been as important for him to. I mean, it wouldn't have been as the shock value that you get, like, oh shit, Gunna just dropped. He's only been out for a couple months, so I think that and to feed the Gunna streets, because that's what this was. This was, for my fans out there that's still fighting for me. Here's some shit y'all can fight with. Exactly.
Here's some
ammunition.
Facts. It's like, I'm standing with Gunna. I don't care. Like, here's what I tell you.
Now it really make him it's a rat summer, dog.
It's a rat summer.
But and lastly, the label, like. Yeah. Him and Thug really the only two people in YSL that's really like that.
Making money.
That's really making any money.
And Baby biggest songs feature Gunna.
And now the with the trial and the verdict coming up, and the Thug album that dropped was obviously a lot of loosies, a lot of throwaways. He said one of them songs are 6 years old. Yeah. Why do you think that is? Guys, he can't incriminate himself. Do you know how many songs? Like, it was like songs like he had probably had 1 or 2 bars, and I was like, can't drop it.
Literally.
Like, and then we can't just take it out because it's gonna make the song sound.
It was
crazy.
stuff I was listening to. I was like, man, the DA probably rocking this shit right now.
So
Uncle M is crazy.
Crazy. So I don't know if he is going to want. I don't know how Thug will be able to drop. Like, if Thug does get a verdict that we don't like, that we don't want to see him get, I don't want to put that in the atmosphere. Right. But if it does happen, then Gunna may be pushed to drop a little bit sooner, because it's like, these checks gotta keep coming in type shit. So
somebody got to pay these bills.
So I think
it ain't YSL Duke. Shout out to him.
No, shout out to him.
Shout out Duke.
Because he might live around here.
I love Duke music. No cap.
I do too.
But they not giving you that burn. They're not giving you that look.
It's just not, bro. You gotta, bro, and that's cool. Gotta made a foundation for itself.
Like Brands was tweeting out pushing P. They're not doing that for a while.
Exactly. So I think they're in an interesting position as a label, but I do think Gunna will come out on top of all of this, despite the bullshit he's going through in the industry and whatnot. I think he'll come out on top of all of this because truly, what I think is going to happen is somebody's going to come out and be like, "Yo, what are y'all doing?"
Yeah.
No, seriously, what are y'all doing now?
Like, what are we talking about?
Like, what do we like? Do y'all know he didn't do anything? I just want to keep saying. Every time somebody says he's mad at him, it's like, but like, do you know he didn't do anything?
It's this dude I follow. I don't want to say his name because he be doing a bunch of crazy stuff on Twitter. But he was arguing with this dude. He said, "Bro, if Gunna snitch, who he snitch on? Who he snitch on? They was in jail. Like they were in jail together. Like he didn't. It's not. Like, who got arrested because of him? What changed? Nothing changed. Nothing happened. What did he do?
From what I read, the plea deal said that because he admitted that information, they can't use it in a trial anymore.
They literally can't. They
so
can't.
It's like,
he can't testify either. It's like him. It's over. He's done.
Like he didn't do anything.
Like what's next? What is he?
And I'm not snitching wise. Snitching, whatever you feel about that. Yeah. I'm talking about the trial. The reason he was in jail was for nothing.
Literally.
That is what I'm saying. He was not in jail for an act he did. He did not. Him and Thug didn't go do something together, and he was like, "Nah, I didn't do that. I didn't." It was like, I'm in jail because of I am affiliated with these people, and
because I signed to this label,
and they are using because I'm signed to this label, and they're using this one rap lyric from a song from 4 years ago to say this is why I'm sitting in a cell away from my family that I'm providing for. I am feeding 100 people, dog,
literally,
and I'm in jail for nothing. And you telling him he was just supposed to sit in jail until trial and maybe go to jail for 10 years?
What I don't understand is like,
come on, bro.
Let's say he sit to trial,
and I don't want to get into this again because we're gonna get mad again. So finish what you got to say, and I'm done.
Okay, all right. This is the last thing we'll say. So if Gunna would have walked off with a not guilty, niggas would be like, "Oh yeah, he was in there chirping." Like, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do other than go to jail?
That's a great.
Other than go to jail, what are you supposed to do?
Because if he would have got free and Thug would have got 5 years. Same thing.
Oh yeah, he was singing, bro. That's how niggas get, bro. Hey, bro, shut up. Yo, put my sauce in the bag, nigga.
Put my sauce in the bag, nigga. Oh God.
But the morning Gunna dropped, I woke up the next morning. It's 9 a.m. Niggas tweeting about the street code. Yo, put some napkins in there, nigga. Let's keep this line moving.
He's been at Chick-fil-A for 6 hours.
Yo, like you running my clock, bro. Let's go. Fuck the fries.
But speaking of YSL, Gunna, Thug did drop the album "Business is Business." Very surprised. I saw people killing the album. I don't know how y'all kill an album that has been out for 4 hours.
No, that's but that's what I was saying. Like that's what they do with Thug. Like I watched them do that to Punk. Like,
they did it. They did it to Punk. They did it to Punk.
It's cool. I'm gonna get these likes. So keep him locked up. Like okay,
y'all are lame.
Like hey, you got the joke off. Hey,
you're lame.
You got the like.
Hey, keep John. They said give Thug another 25 years. This shit trash.
Yeah,
you're lame. You're a lame person.
The Drake verses amazing. The Future verse crazy. The Future verse crazy. He said, "Yo, hit you in the car."
At least it's worth a
house. God,
boy.
Nah, I liked it. I thought it was great. I didn't find anything was wrong with it. In my mind, it's like, hey. It's not. I'm not gonna count it as a studio album because he's literally not in the studio.
It's not.
But he's Young Thug. It's great music. It sounded good. His features were cool. I mean, I didn't like it. Listen, a lot of people haven't dropped this year, so this is probably a top 5 project. Like, I don't know what y'all want from me.
Like I didn't know what y'all came in here expecting me to say, but this is good music. Hey, look! I don't know what y'all thought. I don't care what you feel about Young Thug and Gunna. This is good music, and if you don't agree, then something is wrong with your ears.
Yeah,
not mine. Something's wrong with your ears.
Yeah. I like it. Hey, listen, you can't fool the real.
You can't fool me, dog. You cannot fool me. You can fool them.
Yeah, you can fool those who are not paying attention. When Uncle Murder come on, everybody listening.
Hey, when Jonesboro come on, y'all go Mad Dog.
Yo.
Bruh.
But you know how crazy it is to be drinking Mad Dog? When the song started, I said, is that what he's talking about?
I said, talking about Mad Dog, bro. Dog, Want Me Dead with 21 is crazy. You went
with Drake?
With Drake, it's crazy. The intro, Drake singing on the intro is crazy. Shout out to Drake, man. Shout out to Drake. And in the verse, he was rapping over a jail phone, and I was like, yeah, like this is
Bro, you gotta love it.
Business is business. Oh, man.
But before we go, last thing to hit. Glad you mentioned Drake. Drake is dropping.
And that's why he pushed your tour back. I forgive you. If that's why he pushed your tour back, because if an album come out this Friday or the Friday after that,
they postponed the Chicago shows because that's
when
the album's dropping. Yeah.
Again,
yeah, that's when the album's dropping.
If he drops an album and goes on tour in 2 weeks, if he drops an album in 2 weeks and goes on tour, everything I said about you, I'm sorry.
You know what's been so funny? You like the tweet. You're like, hip hop's falling off. This is what you get when you isolate these fan bases and you have a lot of legends. And Drake finna drop July 4th weekend and be number one for 7 weeks in a row. Like,
Drake gonna be number one from July into November 17th.
Drake dropping 4th of July weekend, middle of the summer, and starting a tour the next day. And like, this happens when you isolate fan bases. Like, bruh, just shut up.
Just shut up.
Just shut up.
You know that's a thing you could do. Just
shut
up.
Like, what happens if you didn't say that?
Maybe we should title the show to that so y'all see.
Bro,
shut up.
This morning it was this guy. Like I hate like accidentally being on the For You page, but it was like a clip of Spider-Man 2. It was like, the same swinging again, and somebody quoted it with the Batman games. It was all 4 of the Batman games. It's like, he still can't fly. Yes, nigga, he can't. Like, yeah, you know how dumb you sound, bro. And then
the same swinging again.
He got cooked in the replies, and then he replied. He was like, "I'm not really mad. I just wanted to say it." So I quoted. I was like, "Oh, okay. So you didn't mean it. You just wanted to complain. You should shut up. Like, you should be quiet. Like, who does that? Oh yeah, I didn't really mean it. I just wanted other people to say it too. Shut up, bro. Just
shut up,
bro.
But not you, twins. Yeah, we love you.
Nah, not at all. Okay, really last thing. So you saw that there's multiple versions of Spider-Man, right?
Yes.
I watched Spider-Man on Twitter last night, and I saw a different version, and it was very funny. Not gonna lie.
No, isn't that so creative? To just have different crazy versions of your movie.
And it was little things. It was the reason I picked it. I peeped it with the shorty, the little Miss Minute shorty. I forget what her name was. But when I went to the movie the first 2 times, I saw the bunny ears one. I saw the regular one, and then another thing I saw was the Miguel line after after Shorty saved the helicopter. And the one I saw, he said, "Oh, that's what I was thinking." And the other one, he was like, "Oh, that's what I was gonna do." But like,
that's the one I saw the second time.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna do. Yeah, wow, that's crazy. Shout out to them, bro.
But it's perfect. Like, it's a multiverse movie.
It's like so genius. Bro. It's genius.
So how'd you feel about the animators? The animators quitting.
Get to work.
They said over 100 animators quit. Good.
Hire more.
Good. I'm from the South. My football team do 3 a days.
Come on now.
Work harder, nigga. They said, man, it took us 3 years to animate. Well, y'all better hurry up because the Deca was supposed to come out soon.
If that shit ain't dropped by next November, I might have some issues. I'm gonna be coming up in that studio.
Over 100 people quit. Good. They wasn't cut out for it.
Come on now.
They wasn't ready for it.
They was not ready for the grind.
Listen, sometimes blood, sweat, tears, they mean that. Like,
come on, man.
What y'all thought the tears part was for? Y'all thought that was joking? All right, let's get out of here, bro. I am in here literally like sauna sweating.
All right, yeah.
I feel great though.
We love y'all. Great show. We'll be back sometime Thursday probably. Yeah. Y'all be safe.
Did we miss anything?
Keep it locked.
Appreciate it, twins.
We love y'all.
Be safe.
And Atlanta, the greatest city in the world.
You know, it's summer. Hydrate. Drink water.
Yes, sir. And let people over in traffic.
Please. Yeah.